Okay, I thought you had done this differently. I didn't remember it being like that. But yeah, let's go over it anyway. Just go here. So yeah, the space jumps through here like that. Stop on a dime, because I don't think you did in your run. And then, so you get this guy's health. Oops. You get this guy's drop and roll back onto this tile. When you have momentum and morph, you can clear this gap where you otherwise wouldn't. Like that. If you were to just fall through rather than rolling before you fall. Moonwalking into the door is fine if that's what you're comfortable with. Okay. First off, I'd like to see you holding charge this whole time. You're holding shot this whole time. There's no reason to start charging after the door. Alright. The strat I would recommend is you jump on this platform. You don't want to get all the way to the left. You don't want to get like a clean down grab. Kind of jump towards the middle of these two tiles, and then I guess not to the middle, but just not completely to the left, and then do an upshot and jump up with it. I guess you can't go like to the middle and jump up with it. Yeah, what's up, Kuru? And hello, monkey. So this strat is really good. You're gonna wanna start charging again. You land on this frozen guy, continue charging, and then shoot the guy on the right as you're jumping up. And then lay a power bomb up top. Yeah, I don't think you'll have a problem with it at all. You just have to follow your shot up to freeze the guy. But you have a lot of room on here to make that happen. Hi, Lurpy. Then you want to place your power bomb in the top. I guess because of your control scheme, you probably want to just do what you were doing for the rest of the room. However, I would say try not to jump through the top of the door. It fixes the door, but then you bonk this tile up here. So it's better to jump lower through the door and not hit your head. Sub 10 parlor? I can. I got you. No, I don't. It's over. It's over. Well, I mean, these would still sub 10, but... Wait, you said sub 10 parlor. What the hell? No, I can't do that. My best is like 10:07. I don't know why I thought you were talking about this room. So yeah, in full speed it would be like this. That's still pretty fast. Classic amphitheater, unfortunately. I'd say if you're already down here, I accidentally went back twice. If you're already here, you might as well jump up to this side. Right now you're going to the left. You might as well just jump to this side and do a wall jump over the pirate. I agree, QB. It's fucked up. Okay, this was fine. I'd rather see you can angle shot this guy instantly from here. And when you do it like that, you're shooting this guy already, then you get his drop for free. But of course you could move a little bit cleaner, but like that was fine. I don't know if I should recommend the faster strat for that room. What you'll usually see here is people unmorph and do plasma shots to clip through these guys with run speed. But if this is consistent for you to not take damage, then it's probably worth it to just keep doing that. It absolutely is QE. It's been fine. So, I would say, well, I'll just show it, and then you can think about it. And I'll also talk about Ninja Pirates, because I think you're probably good enough to do the faster thing. It's very easy. You just do an angle up shot and then an angle straight shot, and you get through these guys every time, no matter what RNG they have. Now the problem is this last guy can hit you, because ideally you want to like maintain your run speed and lay the power bomb over here. So you're not safe during the power bomb explosion from this last guy, but it'd probably be quite a bit faster. I don't recall the middle ground one, to be honest, but I feel like at a 49 level, you could definitely get the normal strat down. Also, if you don't get double KGO, I don't know if you even go for double KGO. You should be jumping through this door. No, it's not free, but there are good visual cues, and with some practice, I think Lulu could get it down. Yeah, so jump through that door then, because you can get a very good door. I don't know. Maybe the double kill is a lot, but I'm assuming this is something that you're planning to come back to over time, so I'll just explain it. You want to clip through this guy, and the main thing you want to look at is these two sets of 3 blocks from here, you kind of can just pay attention to the Metal Pirates animation to make this work. So you... Yes, it is. You clip through this guy and stop here. And then you wait for him to turn around. You can see him on the right side of your screen. So he turned around, so now that's when I start running left. And then you want to just stop in the middle of the next set of 3. You pause for just a moment, and then you start running back again. And then once the first guy turns around, you can just start going. Oops. Never mind. I think you just instantly turn back around. Yeah. Pause, instantly turn, and then pause. In these middle sets of 3. And once this guy on the left turns around, you go back to the middle of this set of 3 and release your shot. Oops. There are a number of ways you can do the ending. I personally do the angle up shot for the door. But a lot of people will do a straight shot through the guy. Like that. Yes. When I'm hesitating here, I'm waiting for the pirate to turn. So it's pause and wait for the pirate on the right to turn around. Pause and wait for him to turn around again, and then you go. This strat is hard to get down. It's a lot, but it's worth practicing, I think. You can get this straight shot to open the door from here. I don't know how it works though, to be honest. I've tried to replicate it, how other people do it. I have no idea how it works. But I've seen people do this consistently where you straight shot this guy and it also opens the door. So you can charge a shot to freeze this guy in the next room. But we'll talk about that in a second. And of course, if you're practicing stuff and struggling with it, like, feel free to DM me whenever. Hello, Jengi13. How are you doing? Like this, not to say that it's going to be free to do it how I was just doing it, but that's like a 5.5 second difference. Yeah, if you could link stuff, Timon or Cutie, please do. I don't know how the easier versions work, to be honest. W Jenny. Also, hello Stashio, and thank you for the stream streak, not lamp. What the hell? Let's see this again. I guess that's fine. I've seen some different strats for this. If you're gonna stop and shoot the guy anyway, I've seen a strat that does like this. I think. I don't remember how it works. Like that. You get his drop, and he's out of the way. I'm not sure how this double hit works exactly. I guess you could shoot down like that. If you were to do that, because I feel like, well, I don't know. It depends on the player. It depends on how comfortable you are with Ridley. But if you can minimize taking damage here, then that would be good. If you can charge a shot in the previous room to freeze him at the entry, that can be really good. Or why are they here? If you have run speed into the room, then you can jump all the way across and ideally KO through this guy. But those are kind of your options here. And just don't do Flower House. Just jump up like you were. I think that's more than good enough. Let me check this again. Well, you can angle shot up like here and open the door, and then try and focus on getting the clean ledge grab. Oh damn, you don't have it set up, Timon? It's so fucking over. Right here, you'll notice that you shot and then like pause for a while to jump. That's not really a big deal, but might as well just roll from shot to jump and try and get in the door as quickly as you can. Okay. It's hard to say because obviously I can only see one Ridley attempt, but from what I'm seeing, it seems like you recognize the pattern he's taking and have a plan for how to deal with that. Is it perfect? No, but it's like, this is good. 9 years ago? Holy. Okay. Right here, you know that he's about to swoop, so I'd rather see you like jump with better timing. I mean, yeah, it's really just you're jumping early and getting hit by the swoops when you don't need to be, but oh, that's tough. That's tough. Do you know about the Ridley quick death? Ridley's so hard to talk about for this kind of setting because there's so much shit going on and like depends on a lot of different patterns. So I won't go like, oh, I'll just go really too crazy in depth about it. But I'll talk about the quick death at the end. Exactly, Tim, and I'll just talk about the quick death. Maybe we can do like a Ridley session at some point. Oops. Of course he's in a shitty spot, so I can't really explain it well. So I guess I should have him grab me and then talk about it. So, if for real, Timon, Ridley's really cool. I don't love practicing it that much, but like, it's good. Yeah, do what I did, except do the pogo jump at the end instead of waiting around. If you notice these two pillars in the background, you want to stand like just to the side of them. Again, I'm rusty and washed up, so maybe my positioning is a little iffy. But if you stand to the left of the one on the right and the right of the one on the left, then when Ridley grabs you, thank you. Thank you. Do you notice how he's picking me up and as soon as he flies up, he dies? Whereas if I'm over here and get grabbed, you see how long it took for him to explode by comparison? How he's like flying around for a little bit after picking me up, or if I'm in the middle of the room. This is weird because he's not ending a swoop. It's like out of a pogo. Let me just fucking redo the fight. And try and like have you notice it at the end? No, it's position based. If you have Samus in consistent spot, then wait, what the fuck? Ridley should always do the quick death. Okay, here he's gonna be in a swoop. So when he's on the left side, I'm gonna stand here against the left pillar, and he just flies up. Oops. Fuck. That was dumb. Okay. Why does he keep pogoing on me? I'm trying to read chat and do Ridley at the same time, and that is not a good idea. So, there's another tip. Don't ever read something else while you're trying to do this fight. Can you stop fucking pogoing, man? Jesus. Ideally you end a swoop cycle being in that spot. Otherwise you would just do the pogo grab pats. But it shouldn't be a problem to end up there if you're prepared. Dude. Fucked it up. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm not... gaming well enough and paying enough attention. It's just so they don't get bounced away. If like hit the tail is gonna hit you. As far as I know. I don't think it does anything. I'm just gonna wait for his stupid ass. So, because he's swooping down to grab me from the left, if I stand here, he's gonna swing up and explode quickly. If I stand like here, it shouldn't work. Yeah, he's just flying around. And if I go all over here, it shouldn't work as well. Yeah, he's flying around. Another thing, if you're unaware, once he decides where he's gonna pick up Samus, like right now he's already picked, he's going to the middle, and then I move to the right. He's not gonna come get me anymore. He's gonna knock into me. And that might be something that happens to you. There I got lucky because the tail hit me into him. But he's never gonna grab you if you move around. You wanna get into a spot and stay there. And so people are like prepared to get into the position. You know what I mean? Let me try and get him. Can he swoop onto the right when he's in the state? I don't know. But it's the same idea for this side. If he's swinging down from the right, then you want to be on this left side of the right pillar. And that's all. That's my thing I want to point out for Ridley. If you have problems with patterns, then I can make a video about it for you in the future. Because I'll probably like the first half of the fight is almost entirely like scripted and guaranteed.
Did I just CWJ? Or am I crazy? That's what it looked like.
Right, what's Tim and Stashio are saying. Tim and Stashio are very good at this fight as well. So, yeah. Your opener looked good. I personally do this fourth shot differently, but this works fine. Like you're hitting all the shots. Right here, this is a deciding factor for this fight. When you're doing this shot and jumping up with him, you can see how quickly he moves upward. And if he quickly moves up to the top left, then you know he's going to swoop. If he doesn't move quickly up, then you know he's going to come down and do into a pogo. So that's how you decide your next shots. And it makes the fight really consistent if you know where he's going for the beginning. It's a very subtle difference in how quickly he moves up. But if you time this jump up with him correctly, then you can really see like what he's gonna be doing. And so from there you can decide if you're gonna just stand on the ground and do an angle up shot to catch him coming down to pogo, or if you want to time doing a jump and shot for the 8th shot, I believe. And right here, so you were standing kind of far left. I think if you were standing further right and maybe jumped a bit sooner, then you could have hit this 8th shot and cleared him and not taken damage. This 10th shot didn't connect because right here, he's too far off screen. You need to jump up to follow this shot to make that connect. That's 10, and then 11. Right there, you jump too high, so now you're out of position, and he's gonna hit you. Same thing here. Well, not same thing. I think you were anticipating him to go into pogo anyway, and then just mistimed your jump, I'm guessing. Huh. I guess he rolled into swooping. I'm surprised you were too late. But this is what they were saying before. Like, he's already decided. He's decided that he's going to pick you up here. And then you kept rolling left. So that's why that missed. And because of your position is why he flew around so much. That's true. Well, what Sashio said is good. I personally jump over that early morph. It is higher, but you can jump over it for like a really fast fight, but avoiding damage is definitely better. So staying low and just avoiding the hit is good. Yeah. I would not do that. Okay, I remember we talked about this the other day. But let's go over that room. Oops. Okay, so instead of going back here to get your speed, you can just use this platform. Because this is the same amount of space, and you don't have to stop to get there. And then for the second part, like we said before, just do your shot while you're rising up, and then you can boost off the guy. And using a missile should slightly reduce lag. Yo, what's up, Jelly Boots? Monday was pretty good. Work was good today. And like we said before, when you deboost through the door, you have iframes and can just run through these guys instead of shooting them. You can also morph and wait for them. I think that's a little quicker than shooting them. And we also talked about this room the other day. But I can show that in a sec. That's interesting, but it works. I like this strat. I think you could clean it up a little bit. I hope you had an excellent Monday as well, Jelly Boots. Let me look at this again. So something I tested out a lot with this is how early you can shoot. Or jump, rather. You can jump. I passed it. I believe if you jumped on this frame, then you would not hit the blocks. And also you don't want to spin jump here. You want to straight jump so that you can continue charging a shot all the way through here. And then you do a crouch shot like you're trying to do. But if you had been charging the whole time, you probably would have had your shot ready for this guy instead of getting hit by him. And then instead of landing on this, you want to land here. If you land here and then start your short charge, then you should well, I guess you don't even go for the speedball, which is fair. Do you know how to stutter? Thank you, Jelly Boots. I appreciate it, man. Okay. Well, that might be a room to work on it for. Stutters are really weird. I think it's definitely worth trying to get good at this point, though. I understand. This room is just hard as fuck. Instead of freezing that guy, I would say you should just, when you shoot this door, right there, you just keep charging a shot, and then you can run through and pseudo screw and jump through that flame. Yeah, I figured, but it's alright. This room is also just hard as fuck. But if you had a charge and could just pseudo screw through everything, then that would be much quicker, for sure. Although I know that it's hard because you have shot on X. But yeah, that was kind of Monka. Holy shit. It's happened to me many times, so I understand. So at this spot, as far as I know, laying the bomb and doing this causes more lag than unmorphing and doing an angle down shot. I don't know the specifics. I don't know that I even thoroughly tested that myself. However, I'm pretty sure that that's true. I personally like to crouch and do the L plus R upshot for that, but I don't know that that really makes a big difference. What happened here? I think maybe your position was off, or you didn't follow the beam shot up quickly enough. Oh yeah, you just didn't jump soon enough. You need to jump like as soon as possible so that your shot hits the other key hunters. Something interesting that some players don't know, or I've told people and they're like surprised about, at this point I listen to the game because you can hear each key hunter makes a noise if they get hit. Because sometimes the middle guy doesn't get hit, and it makes things really awkward. So there, if you were paying attention to that, you would know that you only hit the first guy, and that these guys were not going to die from a beam shot, and potentially could have avoided taking a hit here. Of course, it worked out. And you were able to kill them in time? Yeah. I think you should try to do the bomb strat here instead of power bomb. The power bomb is really laggy, unfortunately. Getting ball boost is really hard, but even if you don't get ball boost, it should definitely be faster than the power bomb. I think you have so many missiles at this point in the run, typically, and they don't provide very much value, so it'd be worth it to try and missile these waivers. It reduces a lot of lag from the power bomb. Yes, let me do that. Sorry, I've been kind of not making a demonstration of the rooms. I guess I should probably, should I go through all of MB3 and Escape? I think you have a good enough idea. That can't be true, Gravy. That can't be true. going fast enough to, oops, actually get a little damage boost off the viola at the end is not easy, and it's going to take you a really long time. It took me a really long time to get it, but even if you don't get it, it should be like a 13-second room or something. Sorry, I'm talking instead of locking in. Which was faster than the 15 with the powerbomb lag that you got there. So that one's 1140. I think my best is probably like 11.2x or 11.1x or something. But let's say I'm not quick enough. I'll wait here. You can actually use this guy. You can use this guy as a platform. That would make sense to me, Hats. Okay, I was a little too quicker than I intended to be. This jump is really hard. This is the biggest thing. Getting this jump with full speed in the door is hard. But let's say you don't get it. This might be a good example, actually. Just freeze that guy and jump off him. Now that's still like 2 seconds faster than in your PB. Even though I got stopped up here. Ideally, you want to morph as late as possible. So you'll notice runners spin for most of the way and then morph kind of late. Like this. But since you're not really trying to get ball boost right now anyway, if it makes it easier for you to just morph as soon as possible, you get a lot of height. And then just place your bombs. And then I'll give it an example of quantum missile for this next room. Okay, so there I missed ball boost. It's honestly pretty hard to get consistent at. And there are varying levels of ball boost because sometimes we get a better bounce and that like helps with the door transition. But yeah, and then you want to enter this room with missiles. Missile the cack. And then just jump over and missile these guys. It's kind of hard. It's like awkward timing because you can't really see this guy when you're coming down. But you get used to the timing. And then there are different strats for the rest of the room. I personally do something a little bit slower, but it makes it like very easy. So I like to see I miss the waiver sometimes, you know. It's not super free. But for the end of the room, I like to... Oops. I'm getting a lot of run speed. Sorry, I'm fucking up a lot. Dude. I go down here and place the power bomb low, and then do the down back. You just have way less downward momentum, so it makes this down back a lot easier. And it's like barely slower. It's like 5 to 10 frames slower or something compared to the optimal strat, which I'll try to show. Oops. The optimal one, I kept getting it earlier by accident, but now I'm not going to. I think it's harder to do it in this than PRKD because you can't get a good grab and still hit the CAC properly. Usually. So it makes getting like the run speed for this jump awkward. Oops. But you would want to place the power bomb here and then do like this. That room time was worse because I missed the top waiver, but that strat is, in my opinion, really fucking hard. So I don't do it, but I think you get like 650 or 655 or something. You shot really early here and really late there. I don't know how practiced you are on this shot, and I don't honestly have a great visual cue, but I would recommend just like practicing the timing of that. So I think you bonked that door earlier as well. And just a few floaty jumps, but like that's fine. Yeah, I'm just a feels-based runner. Just kidding. Well, it looks like you did the strat right to get good speed for that jump. But you didn't go for it, so let's talk about that. So here, just like earlier, in the beginning of the run, when you're going to pit room revisit, you want to hold jump, shot and left, going up the elevator, and then hold dash slightly after you shoot, so that you don't bonk the door but still get good run speed. And then for this room, I don't hold anything but left, or no, I hold left and shot entering the door, and then once you're on this bush, I start holding dash, and then on this bush I jump and do a full jump. Let me try and I think I did it right. It's awkward from the save state. And then right after this door, you do your space jump. And if you do it correctly, you should bonk on this platform. Oops. It's easier when you press up to break spin, so your hitbox is larger. And then you just press shot as you're launching up. And do a down grab here. Wall jump off the door. For this room, technically, like optimal underwater space jumps is faster than wall jumping, but on average, they're like pretty much the same, depending on the player. Because it's really hard to do those quickly. But I think it should be fine. You just wall jumped kind of high there. You can do this. You can do this upshot, like as you're rising here, instead of pausing to do it there. And also don't do a space jump instead of wall jumping up through this door. You also want to fix this door. Okay, let's just go over those. So, as I'm saying, you can just shoot this and then like do a down grab. And then just space jump up through this door to fix the door. Instead of doing the wall jump. That's a pretty big difference. 68 versus 42 door. Now for this room, I don't even know what I would recommend exactly. Because the way that I do this room is kind of hard. Oops. And that can happen when you're not practiced. But if you want to, I'd say just try and get a clean ledge grab, get a small amount of run speed, and then do like 3 big space jumps. And then land on this ledge and do your shot. Oops. I'm not sure. Let's try that out. My ledge grab isn't fast enough. Yeah, I guess not. Well, I don't think it'll give you much trouble. You'd have to go pretty slow, I think. Or do this shot early. If you do the shot like kind of late and then just walk on, then it should be okay. Yeah, it's just something to mess with for sure. And then, like I said, a little bit of run speed and then 3 big space jumps will get you to the platform. This door is very weird. Depending on which side you come from, changes how you fix it. But you kind of want to just be like mostly to the left. You don't want to go all the way into the left of the door frame. Oops. I haven't done this room for a while. You go all the way to the left, then it moves back a decent bit. Like that was 9 frames extra. But if you go mostly to the left, then you can get a perfect door. It's kind of hard to get a perfect door when you're doing this like full motion and going fast. But if you go all the way to the right, then it's like brutal. 99 door is crazy. 101 door. But you'll see like PRKD runners jump through the right side of the door instead of the left, because the way they go through this room, like over here, then you get a perfect door jumping through like mostly to the right. So that's something that people maybe don't grasp sometimes. Holy shit, I don't know who you with the 30 stream streak. That's crazy. Thank you very much. I hope you had a nice Monday. Alright. I don't want to like grill you too hard, but this is the stuff I'm talking about. If you were to just like get a nice ledge grab, you would save so much time. And I hope that me going through your run hasn't like really put that in your head, you know, to work on that.
And then as soon as like someone like Merrick types a sentence, I wish I could just take that and say no. That way I just never. That was sick.
Hell yeah. Okay. Now we will talk about this. No, we won't. We'll go back down here. I forgot to mention. You want to space jump through this door. It's fucked up because of the... Yeah, let me just fix it and do things normally. Oops. I mean, visually, I guess it seems a little different, but it should be the same. I want to space jump through like the top of this door. Especially with this like faster strat, you're kind of waiting for the door to open, but you're also giving yourself a lot of height for this next room. So you're still in space jump, and then you can space jump on the water line here, and then do a wall jump. Yeah, I feel the same way as Hats. I can't really tell anymore, but I could see why you'd say that. So you just wall jump and then grab the ledge here. Oops. And I think you wanted to farm there. I'm assuming it's because you didn't have a power bomb that you did it that way. But I'm sure you know, if you lay a power bomb in this third bush on the ground, there's 1, 2, 3. And just hold left. This is like the best way to farm them. However, if you don't want to farm them, what you can do is unmorph here, shoot the door, then hold left, and then press down. And you'll clear the gap. Hold left, down, left. Before you land, just hold left again, and then you'll clear the gap. Oops. And this is what most people do. I would recommend trying the angled shot on the gate here. This is something that, if it doesn't work for you, like, don't push it, because saving supers is really important. So coming under it is fine. But it's pretty easy. Like, if you get comfortable with timing inputs out of door transitions, which you have to do all over the run anyway, and something that you're just working on everywhere, this shot is actually very lenient. And then you're so far back that you get even better mockball speed through here. Oops. And it's just really nice. The rest of the room looked fine, except, oops, I would recommend... Also, I'm holding left still, and then pressing super. I would recommend doing a shot down grab on to this. Okay, that's fair. Let me go through that room I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember exactly what it's supposed to look like. Let me just try it. I think there is something you can do at the end there differently. I think you want to shoot here. Yeah. Or maybe it's here. Me. Yes. So, oops. After this ledge grab, just do a straight shot on this flat piece of ground, anywhere on here, and then do an angle up shot to freeze the key hunter. Instead of doing like the big jump over and whatnot. If the key hunter goes high, I believe it can. If not, the 2 shots will just kill it. I don't know. But yeah. That should be a bit better than doing a big jump and shooting and stuff. Because if you just hold shot, or if you just hold run and left, shooting here will get the door. Thank you, Ats. That's a really fun room to grind. Nice. That's good. That's fine. If you do an angle down shot, you can time doing a speedball through the door. That should be a little bit better, but like, that's kind of tough. I think what you did there's okay. I'll go over that in a second, just cause. I don't know. I guess according to your room timer, it didn't add lag, but might as well just learn the positions for jumping and stuff. And shooting there. What the fuck is this preset? Okay. So with this room, you want to hit the ceiling and pause for a moment and then do your shot. Oops. So that it goes low enough to hit the door. I haven't done this in a long time. And then you just time a speedball. There's not really that much to it. It's just, if you wait too long, then you freeze a waiver in your way. If you go too quickly, then you miss the door. But, oops. This room is usually not practiced enough by most players, so give that one some practice, because it's hard. I guess you wouldn't need to hold run. I don't know if you are aware of this. That might help with a lot of strats. Once you're at max run speed, you don't need to hold run anymore. The game just keeps running for you. I'm letting go of run at this point. And that's even easier with without speed booster, because it's only 6 tiles, and then you can just let go. Whenever you let go of dash, it just maintains your run speed that you have. It does feel weird, yeah. So for this room, I just look at these like orange things on the ground. I shoot after I see the 3rd one and then jump on the 5th one. And don't do big jump. Just tap jump for a moment. And then you'll get in there cleanly every time. Now let's skip the G4 cutscene. That seemed pretty good. I think even if you kept the same jump height, if you just didn't run so far left, or like held right sooner, then it probably would have worked. But you can also do a down back there. All right. Let's talk about this one. You cannot do a buffer jump off of this elevator, as far as I know. However, you just want to turn barely. You do like a light jump right after Samus turns. And then you hold right pretty soon after, and you should get down here. For the longest time, I would do a down back, which is fine. It's consistent. It's a little bit slower, but not by a ton. For Metroid Room 1, Metroid rooms are just really difficult if you're not comfortable quickly menuing through your items and pressing select to get off of them. However, I will try to explain how I think about this room, I guess. Metroid Room 3, I definitely won't try to tell you to do the fast track, but let's get through it. So at any point that you're falling down off of the ledge, once you walk off the ledge, you can press shot like whenever you're falling. It doesn't really matter. I think, do you have Y as your item select and then X as your shot? It shouldn't be too bad. I would say that you should try to get this shot running, because it really makes a difference. Okay, I lied. Don't shoot too early. Try and shoot when Samus is like crossing this beam in the background. I misremembered that. Sorry. If you do it right then, when she's hitting the beam in the background, then it'll work every time. This seems harder. However, having a run speed honestly just makes the rest of the room easier, and you will take way less damage than like slowly carrying them all. Oops. You don't even have to menu quickly here, necessarily. I do it anyway. I try to grab these Metroids on the way down. So like one, oops, I jumped kind of big. You can see that like I'm not even doing a ton of space jumps. I'm just letting Samus float down into the Metroids. And it's only 2 space jumps. Jump, space jump, space jump. And then you want to... If you need to slow down to make sure that you hit this bomb, that's okay. I will say though, in your PB, you and this is something that a lot of runners do, you went the wrong way. You want to run into the bomb from the left. And that's because once you freeze the Metroids and kill them, then you're just running through the drops to get to the door. Whereas if you go to the other side, oops. It's fucking, there we go. Then you kill them, you have to run back through it and then turn around it. And so it's just, it's not even necessarily easier, it just takes more time. Oops. You see what I mean? So, especially when you're doing this quickly, but when you have a lot of run speed behind you, it's easy to just lay the bomb before you land even, or like as you're landing. And then you just run into it. Of course, the end of this room was just a little mistake, and that's okay. Of hitting the top of the above, like on the door frame instead of the door. But definitely make sure you're maintaining your own speed in the next room. This strat is fine though. See, this one worked out well. Like running into the bomb from the right side. You see how like you ran through their drops on your way? I think that's fine. Hey man, most people don't. Metroid Room 3. Let's actually go back to your PB and look at this. So, by the time you're leaving room 1, you already have 10 supers. So ammo's not an issue here. The biggest thing that you want to look at is that you're recovering the supers you're using and also your energy. Or the two things I'd be looking at in this situation. Mostly the energy, because you have 10, you know. It's not that much to worry about. So what you do here is just draining your energy. So now you're entering. Well, you still get a lot of energy, so it's not really that big of a deal, honestly. But I hope you understand what I'm saying. Like doing the grouping strat costs a lot of energy. When that's like the only concern right now, really. So I would recommend trying to learn a strat here. This room is hard, and even the easier strats are hard. But let me try and give an example. I think something like that is totally doable. And that's like 7-second room time compared to 9:35. And we'll say maybe you get like a 7:30 or an 8-second room time. But that's still like a decent chunk to save while also not using energy. Correct. When you have really terrible supers, that's the only time it's really worth it to group in Metroid Room 3. However, that almost never is the case in this route. What I would recommend for this is, if you aren't already, you need to really get used to using select to deselect from items. I personally would say that holding right with your left thumb and holding your left pointer finger, clawing that and holding it over select is the easiest way to go about this. Because your left hand doesn't really need to do much other than press select. I fat thumb left and select. That's crazy. I guess you could do that, huh? Just put like your left thumb knuckle on right and then push like the tip of your thumb on select. So what I'm doing here is I'm breaking spin at first with shot and then pressing item select twice. You have a fair amount of time to get this item select in and then shoot the guy with the super, and then instantly after shooting I press select. Or alternatively you can hold select for the whole room if that is more comfortable for you. I know some people do that so that it makes your supers auto deselect as soon as you shoot them. I'm not gonna lie, I mean, it's different for everyone. I don't know what your hands are like on the controller. I would not really recommend trying to fat thumb. That seems really awkward to me. And I know that clawing is weird, but it can be good in other places as well. And I don't know. If you have like gigantic hands compared to me, I guess, and it feels good for you, then go for it. I feel like that is just going to be slower. I don't know if I'd even be able to show. It's kind of just placing like your pointer finger on your left thumbnail. Because you're just holding right anyway. So you can kind of push it down and it doesn't matter. And then at the end of this platform is when you want to, I roll from shot to jump. Just a light jump, shot jump, and then menu super. This is probably the hardest shot in the room, but with practice you can get it down. Alternatively, I think you can just run off. I guess I don't know how you would go about that exactly. I would say just doing that, the shot and then spin jump. Oops. And then for the third Metroid, you do the opposite, where you roll from jump to shot, and then menu shot. True. You'll just randomly bust out the gamer strat. Wait, how did doing the other strat fucked up my muscle memory. There we go. Oops, I suck now. The biggest problem is you just have to get really comfortable at shooting and then menuing twice and then shooting again. But it's the same motion of shoot, menu, shoot for all three of them. So I think you can get it down. If not, then you can keep doing the grouping. How the fuck? I don't know, maybe the grouping is faster than I give you credit for if you do it quickly. Oops. Yeah. Will a bomb hit? Oh no, I just am used to doing the stand-up thing. Standing up makes it so that you can shoot them faster, not being morphed and like get run speed. So I'm just used to doing that. But it's probably safer to stay in morph, actually. In case you miss, then you can lay a bomb again quickly, you know. That was just out of habit from... yes, it is the same timing. Metroid Room 4 I think is fine. You could probably speed that up, but... Also, what's up, Beefy? Thank you for the 6-7. That was a good D-boost. Unfortunate miss on the door, but that's okay. For this room, don't shoot this guy. This is gonna... I don't know if you're actually gonna get any lag here, but it makes lag a little funky, and you can just save that entirely, always, if you just shoot after the guy. And also, you may have seen a clip from Eddie going around when he was doing kpdr a little while ago. There's some weird thing with the collision here. I don't know if it's the game thinks this is like a wall or something like that. But when you run into him, there's, if you shoot like frame perfectly, then nothing happens. And that's because you're shooting when you're hitting this guy or like running through him. So what you should do every time is just shoot after you've run through him, because this is one of those gray flashing doors, so it opens really fast anyway, so you can shoot really late. And it doesn't matter. Holy cow, Beefy, with the stream streak. Thank you so much, my goat. Good jump through the door though. Oh no, don't do that. Definitely don't do that. I don't know if you intended to. This is very bad. You have so much speed here. You can just do a space jump and clear all the way to the baby's area. I don't know if you know this. The baby's cutscene does not start until you hit like this camera lock area. No, these guys that go off screen, they don't matter at all. You just want to clear out the two that are like in your area for baby skip. I don't know if it even really makes that much of a difference to clear them out, but I just do it out of habit. I think maybe it reduces lag, but no, you don't want to stop for those guys. You want to space jump and go super fast and get over here. Okay, that was interesting. Let's go through this. What I noticed here. So, not breaking spin, I can understand on this one, because you were really close to landing, landing on this pillar, which would have killed it. But you definitely want to be breaking spin. And also, this jump here was really bad. You should go like stationary at this point, pretty much. But you swung really far to the right and kept swinging right until here. So that's why this was so scary. Because otherwise you would probably be like over here or something, maybe even further, and probably would have gone through the door like way earlier. Every jump you can go stationary because the baby is swinging so much. You don't need to like counteract by going super far to the right. He's gonna swing around you anyway. I mean, honestly, it wasn't even that scary anyway because stock shooter skip is just so good. And I think people really overreact to how close the baby is. Like, I think this was still just clearly fine, but you can definitely make it a lot less close. Let me do some baby skip and try and show that. So like I said, right here you want a space jump. Oops, I didn't space jump. I do a different setup, but it's same principle. I think I might have pressed down late, but it's probably fine. I forgot to shoot. Do you notice how I'm barely moving right in my jump? I can't, I don't know. I think you can kind of just swing around, but you can, like, that first jump I just went totally neutral. Let me try and actually do it normally. Oops, I didn't jump. I'm trying to like do it differently as an example, but this is how I normally do it. I do still hold right, but I just swing much less, so I'm at the door like super early compared to the baby. But I'm pretty sure you can just go stationary. I fucked up because I missed my thing, but you see what I'm saying. Dude, this moonfall sucks, by the way. Even if you do the moonfall really well, it like barely saves time. So if you're gonna like take time to set it up, if you're not already moonfalling, then it's not worth it. Like, I don't even go for the moonfall. And I think it almost just doesn't even save time if you don't do the angle down shot. I don't know the specifics, but it's probably like frames if you don't do the angle down shot while moonfalling, which is very hard. And you can also fix this door by jumping into it. So what I personally do, I try to land around here so I can get some run speed and jump. You don't want to go all the way in the top, but if you're like almost in the top of the door, then you can get a perfect door here. And then once you come through the door, you can just do a space jump to get to your position, because it doesn't really matter as long as you're there before the Rinka spawns. Okay, I understand. This room is hard. This room is very hard. But let's talk about it. No, it's okay. I mean, that's the point of a review, so I can go over stuff. Zeb skip. If you miss the first try, I don't know if you know this, You can take damage. Well, you don't even actually take damage. You just get put into the like iframes. You can just spin jump as if you were setting it up. How can I do this without this guy? Do you see how right there I just did a spin jump and took damage? Or it looked like I took damage, but I didn't actually take damage. So if you miss, you can just take damage from the Zeb and then try again. Instead of like trying to jump up and wait for the turret. Yeah, because standing in the Zebetite gives like Samus the knockback state in the iframes, but you don't actually take damage from it. And then that's the whole point, is just to get invincibility frames so that you launch through. And then once you're through here, when you unmorph from this spot, instead of jumping across, you can just do a gap skip. Oops. Space jumping into this bottom part is fine. If you can, I would recommend trying the let me try and do the faster thing real quick. I forgot how to do it apparently. What? So gap skip, space jump. I should just make a save state there. This shit is annoying as hell. So on the second space jump, you can morph through the top. I don't know if I recommend doing that though. That's kind of hard to effectively use that. Top entry is definitely better because you can do this. Oops. You can get a shit ton of missiles in before the Ridkas even get near you. Because I did the kill enemies thing, it put it in a weird spot. Let me try and do a full room to show that. Oops. This wasn't super clean, but I only got 4. You can usually get like 6 or 7 missiles in, ideally. I think just going for 5 is probably the best for safety, because the turrets can get weird if you're playing aggressive like that. But why did I just do that? I haven't done this for a while, so I'm not used to doing Zeb skip. But if you go through the bottom, I would just wait for them. What am I doing, dude? Maybe enter with missiles and then deselect them. I don't really know what you should do. I guess the PRKD strat is probably good. So you'd place a bomb and then freeze them individually. This should give you enough time to get all of your ammo out before they come back. 6-7. I don't know if you're aware of how this works, But because the Rinkas are like infinitely respawning, when you freeze them to kill them, the freeze timer stays active on their respawn or some shit like that. So they don't respawn for as long. So if you freeze them all and kill them all close enough together, then it gives you a lot of time to get all of your ammo in before they start messing with you again. I don't know how you should go about this movement exactly. Probably something like that. Sorry. So gap skip, lay a bomb, shoot, turn around, shoot that guy. Don't get hit by him like I just did because I'm dumb. Lay a bomb, shoot, 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 shoot. I don't know why. You gotta stay crouched to hit that guy. Am I watching Emmett? Why? No, I have. This guy's PB pulled up. Sorry, I'm distracted. So yeah. Just do the PRKD strat for this, probably. Don't get your missiles eaten. I'm going crazy then. Whoa. What's going on, Hats?
I know you really like the other Batmans too, right? So that surprised me that if that one's your favorite, but I do.
I feel like I'm not really going to be able to add much to Mother Brain 2, but we'll watch through it. This fight is kind of sleeper, unfortunately. Okay. I mean, good. Not really. I'm hearing Emmett. Oh, you know what? Maybe you can, because I have the thing up. I mean, I think I had his tab open for some reason, but it was, I thought it was muted. And I have the audio on for the YouTube video. This fight, I imagine, is particularly hard because of your control scheme, isn't it? Wait, no, your jump is on A and X is shot, right? Never mind, that should be fine. We'll talk about Mother Brain 3 a little bit, for sure. I'll just do MB3 and Escape all in one swoop to end it. Oh. Oh. No, thank you for letting me know, Hats. Sorry I tried to gaslight you unintentionally. That, okay, yeah, that makes sense that that didn't work properly. And GG on the 4919. GG. GG. Let's go. Okay. There's a lot in these last couple minutes here. I'll point out stuff about Escape, and then I'll go through MB3 and Escape online. I'm assuming you know now from your comment that you do know how to fix this door, or rather not break the door, but I'll go over that anyway in a moment. You know in Green Hill Zone how you can hold down to not bonk the wall? And do the same thing here, where I was just paused. I think you didn't do the thing. So there's a couple things here. I personally try to store the spark in this area so that once I'm crouched, I'm already I start the spark rather than crouching and then running again, because your run speed is really low, you know what I mean? There's something silly here about when you take a hit out of this Shrine Spark. If you hold right, you actually end up going lower with your knockback rather than just holding down. Pops you higher up. So you want to hold right while you take that hit and then switch to down to shoot the door there. This start is good. I would say skip shooting this guy entirely. Just ledge grab here and then jump up. Let me double check when I go through. I'm like 90% sure you just don't need to shoot this guy at all. You can shoot this guy if you want, I guess. I don't know if that really matters. You're moonfalling anyway, so you're going so fast that I don't think he hits you on the way down. So really you should just do an upshot right here. In this position, if you do an upshot and then jump up to here and follow it up, then it'll hit this pirate while you're rising, so you don't have to deal with him like that. And you can just move up there. Yeah, like you're doing angled down shots anyway, they would hit the guy on the right side. So it would make more sense to do an upshot instead of shooting the guy to the right when you're on that little platform. It's good. I feel like you weren't holding dash there. It looked like Samus was moving a little slow. That's okay. You don't need to do more shots here. Your first shot opened the door in time and was good. Something to note, I'm sure you've noticed, like, sometimes your shots have different momentum. So I'll go over it when I go through this room. But you don't want to be stopped in doing the shot. Like here you pause to do that shot. You want to put some momentum behind your shot so that it moves faster and hits the door. And also doing those extra shots causes lag. Do you know about how you want to do Behemoth Spark? So right here, you crouch to store the spark, and then you held right so that Samus stood up again. yeah, you want to crouch spark here. If you crouch spark, then it'll put you through the platform at the top. And I think, I could be wrong about this, I think if you're doing the standing spark, you have a greater chance of like bonking on these platforms at a lower point. But I'm not sure if that's true. I'll go over the pathing for this room entirely. And then, okay. I almost want to just do escape, but I need to do MB3 3. So this fight is hard. Doing it properly, it's weird. I don't know if it puts you in the right position. This seems wrong. This preset is just jank, I think. But ideally you do a rising shot, 2 straight shots, and then a falling angled up shot. It's kind of hard to get the rhythm down, but once you do, it's really not bad to get this in. Normally I don't know, I think something with the preset is just jank, so it feels really weird for me. Alternatively, you can do just 1, 2, 3. I think that'll give her more time to shoot. But I think this is probably easier mentally if you can't get the angle shot thing down. I'm not really sure what to recommend, because this fight with the normal strat is like, it's definitely not easy to get down, but you do just hold angle up. Well, you hold angle up the whole time, but you just release it for the straight shots. That's kind of how I think of it. I don't press jump and shot at the same time. I roll jump and then shot. So like I have jump on B and Y on shot, so and that should be like the same for you doing A to X. I just put like the knuckle of my thumb on B and then roll to Y. And then you release both of them after the 4th shot. So it's just jump shot, keep them held, and then release them both. I guess once you get that down, it's really just figuring out when to place your angle up inputs. If you want to just practice like rolling from jump to shot and holding that for 4 shots, then like these are all good. It's just figuring out when to hold and release angle up. It is a very weird rhythm, and it took me a little while to get it down. Yeah, if you're not releasing both and you're holding shot the whole time, then it's gonna get shit really weird. So after the 4th one, yeah, just let go of both of them. And then time your repress on jump, because I mean, it doesn't make a huge difference, but if you can jump like as soon as you land, then that'll help with Mother Brain not being able to get any attacks out to fuck you up. It's hard, and it's gonna take a while, most likely, but I believe you'll get it down. It seemed you know the cue for this jump. You might have, I don't remember. If you did 3 shots here and just held shot, I'm pretty sure that adds more lag. So I hold shot and then just time the second shot. It's pretty lenient. I guess you could aim for shooting like when you're running through this third gate. With the door fix, just tap right to go stationary, and then you won't get an insane door. Like that. It's pretty rough. A lot of people do this, so definitely don't feel bad that it happened, you know. Tons of 46 and 45 runners and stuff do that, like, just how it is. Like I was saying here before, you can just aim down to make your hitbox smaller and clear this little corner instead of bonking it. And also, like I said, I tried to store my spark here and just go instead of having to stand up and move again. And then it's hard to notice this holding right thing, but holding right does actually place Samus a little bit lower to the door. What's up, Dalton? So I hold right until I see Samus get hit, and then I tap down and shot, and then do the spin jump through the door like you did. Wall jump, just ledge grab here. Well, I just did my strat. I do a wall jump there and then just jump past this guy. You could try that. I bet you could go fast enough to just clear this guy entirely. Like this. This is good. But also, if you want to stop and do an upshot to make sure he doesn't get in your way, then that's good too. It's definitely going to be laggier to do that shot. But if he gives you trouble, oops, then you can go for that. And you can either ledge grab this platform and then ledge grab here, or you can do, oops, a wall jump here, which is what I personally prefer. And I guess if you wall jump, you can just go all the way up to this platform, or you can wall jump, grab here, and then do a small ledge grab here. Jump around, do your moonfall like you did. Your wall jumps seemed good. I try to space them out the exact same way every time. I do 4 below this platform. So I count it out. One, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So you can do 6. You could either do 6 wall jumps total or 7. If you space them well, then just doing 6 will get you to the platform in a good position. So I do 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the platform. 1, 2, or 5, 6, whatever. You don't have to count it if you don't want, but I think that helps me. And then ledge grab here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. And for this spot, let me get a good save state instead of fucking around like I am. Like I said, you want to get momentum behind your shot. So I ledge grab here and then just run at this guy for a while. And I don't shoot until I'm like pretty close to him. And if you get good run speed before shooting, it's never even going to be close. because your shot is just gonna be so fast that it gets to the door really quickly compared to you. If you're ever worried that you're not gonna get blue, or like the speed booster through this door, then something you can do is hold shot and angle up. So just to make sure that you kill these guys, because usually you're gonna get blue suit and run through them. But if like your movement gets fucked up or something, you can do this. And then, like I said, if you crouch and do your Behe Spark, it'll clip you through the top all the way to the top right, which is just a better position to get in the door. Not going for this wall jump, like the spin jump through to wall jump there, is fine. Dude, for real, hats, the shaking is annoying as hell. So yeah, even if you don't do the wall jump through the door, I think you did this, but still just wall jump off that. It's fast. Then you want to grab here, and there are a couple options for this. I personally like to jump like almost instantly after ledge grabbing there and do a wall jump off this platform. But what you'll see from most players is do a bigger jump and like swing around a little bit and then wall jump off of here. And then here. This is pretty standard. Like everyone does this wall jump, then this wall jump, and then you land here. I just do this wall jump in between instead of the like swing around thing. And then you can ledge grab this platform I'm standing on. However, it's good to do a down grab because of the wall jump pose being bigger. Oops. So what you'll see oftentimes, like somebody hold angle and then do a down grab, or they'll do a shot down grab or something. I personally like I feel comfortable holding angle up and then down grabbing here. And then you're gonna want to wall jump off of this platform and ledge grab here. So doing it fully for me looks like this. And what I would recommend you try to do, oops, well, let me see this. Yeah, you should wall jump here. Oops. Sorry, I'm fucking up. Something like that. This is what you'll see most people do, I think. This last portion is honestly just extremely inconsistent and weird because of the Steam. You can like recognize Steam patterns and do different movements depending on them. However, I don't think I could very easily explain that well, and I don't totally understand it myself. So what you probably want to do is just, oops. Here, let me just do this normally for me so I can actually get it. Just do a mock ball here. Sometimes you're gonna get a bounce, sometimes you're gonna actually mock ball, sometimes Steam is gonna own you, and that's just how it is. Oops. Like there, got a mock ball and it bouncing all the way to the door, you know, different stuff. For this room, if you get hit early, I save stated, so my RNG sucks. Well, it's not that, but it's not the RNG I'm talking about to describe this. Sometimes this Steam right here will hit you right as you start the room. And if that happens, then you want to release dash and just do a one tap, and that'll get you through the rest of the seam, and you'll get blue for sure and can jump up and get there easily. And yeah, that is pretty much everything in this route. There's probably a lot of stuff that I didn't cover as deeply as I should have or could have, but you know, you can DM me or whatever. That goes for everyone. I'm always happy to try and help.